nudges.
We're back again at last.
Yes, I know. We've had a few hiccups this week, haven't we, ladies?
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but we're here. Everybody's fine.
And here we are.
Here, healthy, all good now. Yeah,
we're all good. So yeah.
Good.
So thank you very much for hanging on in there with us and waiting from Monday to Wednesday. We've got some beautiful people.
Lovely. Hi, Francis. Hi, Sandy.
Oh, bless you. Hello, both of you. How are you going? Don't forget, if you could give us a little thumbs up or a share.
Share, emoji. Let us know where you're watching from, as in place in the world. Also, whether you're watching on Relax and Craft, Katie Parker Jewellery, Jem Hawkes Jewellery, let us know.
Oh, we've got, we're going to have a competition as well. Who's watching from the furthest away and who's I'm going to go for someone's watching and it's early morning. Where would it be early morning now?
Maybe Australia, like 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
Oh no, I'm on about up. Sandy's in Vegas. Jessica's in Florida.
So Florida, it must be 2 p.m. No, Vegas, like 11 a.m. maybe.
Hi, Angelina. Hi, Jan.
Hello. It is.
In Vegas.
You get a prize. Yeah. Right, so Sandy, you're the earliest one watching.
Hello, Marjorie. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We've got Angelina up in Liverpool. Jessica's in Florida. How's the weather today in Florida? Is it steamy warm? Because we've had loads of really poo rain today here in the middle of England. I don't know what it's like further north and further south.
North, can we not torrential earlier? But
can we not complain about the rain? I love the rain. I love it cold. I love a good jumper.
I am so ready for autumn. I am ready to get my cozy knitwear on and just be snuggly. No, bring on autumn, bring on the fall.
I just bought my autumn decor from Hobbycraft. So in America, Hobby Lobby is the same, same-ish kind of thing. And I bought a load of pumpkins and some.
I think I'm going to do some Halloween resin things. Definitely.
That's exciting! Yeah. Oh, can I tell you how happy I was that the resin worked? I did the thing. I did
Jem did resin. Yes.
Absolutely, they were beautiful. Oh, Jem, I was going to ask you, what's the yellow? Is that something that you've put the flower on? Look at those. They are beautiful.
Powder. Just very, very low quantities because I experimented. Oh,
I love experimenting with the resin.
Yellow thing up there.
Yeah. What is that?
Too much in if your hand slips.
Oh right. So is it eyeshadow you put in, or is it powder
tints?
Like
Ooh, amazing.
It goes.
You can't put eyeshadow in.
A cup.
Yeah.
Yes. And that I put over the top. It's got. I'm not getting it because it's actually really terrible. But I was really pleased with my earrings.
I love it. I think
that's amazing. I'm super pleased with my piece. My little
look
tray.
Wow.
So love it. It's like on the top as well. We're all like showing off our resin stuff.
My favourite is the tourmaline.
Oh, I love those. I love them.
I have many tourmaline ones.
And I love the flames.
Oh, that's lovely. That looks like dichroic glass with that sparkle.
It does, doesn't it?
And then what you can do with the leftovers? Little dots. Dotty dots.
That's so cool.
You don't have leftovers, you just keep going.
Yes, and then you've got a little bit in the bottom. Look at that. Gorgeous.
Little earrings. I was so impressed. I was really, really nervous. I've got to be honest. And this is one of the things that I really love about Relax and Craft. You get pushed to do a thing that maybe isn't a little bit scary.
A bit out of your comfort zone.
Me, at least. You know, I'm at my best when I'm hammering stuff and bending stuff and weaving stuff and wire is my home. But resin, I was... And it all turned out great. And I'm so
it's fine. And And you do want to do it again, don't you? It's like,
I do.
What can I do now? What can I make?
Want to make more of it. But yeah, next month, Jem, you may be a little bit angry with me for a minute, but
for a minute, only a minute.
Just for a minute, because what you make with next month's box is just, I made it all up because obviously just told everybody that it's from Sport Rock Beads, so that it's Juliet's patterns, but I had to go at them, and yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
But we're missing these things. Much better.
103.
How hot's that? 103. That's what's that, about 90? No, about 40, sorry. About 40.
Yeah, it's hotter than blood. And blood's 38 degrees. 38.5 degrees is like blood temperature. So that's a bit warm for me.
No.
I like it warm.
Jan's not done her resin kits yet. Jan, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Angelina, come on, you can get your resin kit out. Lorraine's watching from Suffolk, had a short, sharp shot. Oh, they are. They're really good. Yeah, Lou is brilliant. Oh, you're Fleur. I've heard your name many times. Ah, Jessica. Yes, I'm Fleur.
I might talk
I'm the one that
Have you got a reputation, Fleur?
Pardon?
Have you got a reputation?
Infamous, I think.
What was it? Was it the carry on? Infamy. They've got it infamy.
Sandra says, "Oh, next month sounds like my favourite. It definitely will be your favourite."
Yes, it will be. I like warm, but this is silly. Yes. Watching from Suffolk, and it's currently raining, Jan. Oh no.
Oh,
well, it's the grass needs it. The grass does need it.
It does.
So today we've got a little bit of a challenge that we got challenged with last month, which is about our coins. So we'll talk about those later. Yes. But we were going to do a little bit of education today, weren't we, ladies, on craft fairs?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all well and good making all this beautiful jewellery. You've got an outlet for it with loads of friends and gifts. That's amazing. But sometimes we need to fund our hobbies.
Habits.
Habits. That's what they are.
But sometimes it can be quite scary to think of starting to sell your pieces, because there's lots of sort of like things that you have to think of. So we thought we would go through how to start selling your pieces if you want to. And obviously there's lots of different avenues to go down, but we're going to talk specifically today about craft fairs, because I think most people have probably been to a craft fair or something like that, and they're sort of like or a school fete or something. Yeah, and you'll know sort of like what what types there are. Yeah. Lorraine says it's an Jan says it's an addiction. Lorraine says it's an obsession. It certainly is. And you do need to you don't have to start to sell your pieces, but it is amazing.
And it's so much fun. It's and
it's very rewarding, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it is.
And you're usually mixing with the other crafting community as well. So you get to learn lots of other people that are around you. You get to meet people. And it's nice when somebody says, "Oh, that's nice." And you think, I made that.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, when someone goes and they want to pay money for what you've made.
For what you've made.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's a real confidence boost. It's really great.
But we kind of like it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I am just going slightly off piece, not for very long, don't worry, ladies. But the reason I chose my name, so before Relax and Craft, I used to be Rocks and Chains, and I didn't want my name being, I know you two ladies are your names, so you're Jem Hooks Jewellery and Katie Parker Jewellery, but I was still really nervous, and I didn't want somebody to go, "Oh no, I don't like that piece of jewellery from Fleur Hastings Jewellery," because I'd be like, that's personal, that's mine. But if it's like Rocks and Chains, I'm like, yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? I wouldn't buy that. So in my head, so that's why I got like a different name. But I just thought, because my mum always used to say, why don't you just say, Fleur Hastings jewellery, because it's more on brand, because it's what we used to do on the tab box.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I changed mine. Mine was originally giraffe jewellery box, because a lot of my display was displayed on giraffes and things like that. But then from what we used to do, I decided just to use my name.
Yeah. So your name is really important, and just think about what you want to do. But
what you represent,
what it represents, But craft fairs, where do we find them? So let's just have a quick chat about where you can find.
Please, everybody, ask your questions. That's what we want tonight. We want you to ask questions. What do you want to know about finding craft fairs? What to sell? Everything. Get those questions in.
Yeah, I would love to sell my jewelry. So, brilliant, Sally. Well, maybe this live will just help you a little bit. Hi, Hazel, love.
Hi, Hazel.
So for me, when I used to do craft fairs, there was a couple of things that I was really keen on when I was doing the craft fairs. So first of all, there used to be an actual website called Stall Finder, which
is it still around? I don't know whether it's still around.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, and you used to pay something like, I think you used to pay like £5, and then you'd get on the register.
It gave you access, didn't it?
Yeah. So obviously with craft fairs, you do have to be slightly mobile, so you have to be able to get your stuff to there, or car share with somebody. So for me, I think the best place to look for craft fairs, in my opinion, is on social media.
Social media, your local groups, see what's going on, see who's organising it, get in contacts, and there's no harm in just asking.
No, but there is some triggers and some red flags that you do need to think about. So for me, if we all say a red flag, but for me it is, have they done that craft fair before? And if they have, how did they advertise it? Because if I'm paying, because you can pay anything from £10 to, I mean, with the ones that I used to do, so I used to do the country fairs and like the big horse events, I would spend £3,000, which is that was over 4 or 5 days. So and there's all that range in between. But if you took your village fete, which is probably about £20 for a 6-foot table, how do they advertise it? If it's a village fete, obviously it's quite easy. Everybody
just
in the village
fact, has it been advertised? It's all right then saying, there's a village fete, blah blah blah, come and book your stall. But if it's local to you and you've not seen it advertised, then the likelihood is that nobody's seen it advertised. And if you don't get the footfall, I mean, you might be lucky and make you 20 quid back, but you might not as well.
It's very, very true. So if you've been aware of this location, so there's a big church in Banbury called St. Mary's. It's a domed church. It's really rare, and it's a beautiful location. And they've been advertising this craft fair for like 20 years. And I used to do it about 15 years ago, up until about probably 5 or 6 years ago. So you would see that every single year. It was the same weekend of the year. And you know that come rain or shine, there will be a group of people that will attend. So for me, a red flag will be if it's really, really cheap. If somebody says £5, you need to ask your questions about why is it a £5? Because with the best one in the world, if you're going into a school, that stall fee will go towards fundraising for whatever it is the school needs. So, I mean, I have paid as little as £10, but usually it's about £20-25 for a school. And that's fine because it is fundraising. And when they're fundraising, they want you to come back and make them more money. So they will do everything. There will be notes going home in little school bags and all those kinds of things. If it's a brand new thing, maybe. Another thing I want to mention before we badger Katie for her red flags is just last year on social media in Banbury, which is a town near where I live, there was this amazing craft fair company that just popped up out of nowhere, advertising about 4 or 5 different locations. And if you paid £80, you could do all of these locations, and they were on consecutive weekends, and it all looked a little bit too good to be true. So all of these people went and paid on PayPal and then this company didn't exist. The locations that they were booking for had no idea what was going on. And it wasn't until one of the people that worked at one of those locations said, craft fair on the 14th, really? And they looked into it, and then they had to go all over social media and say, no, it's not us. Somebody's scamming you. So check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I have done a craft fair before, and it was when I was literally first starting out doing craft fairs, and I'd had a couple of really good ones. And I was actually at a craft fair, and somebody said, oh gosh, I'm doing a craft fair next week. You should come and do that. And I was thought, oh, you know, this woman, she'd been really nice next to me. I didn't have anything against her or anything, but I said, yeah, fine, I'll do it. It was at a cricket club. It was quite a posh village, and I thought, oh, you know, this will be quite nice. Little did I know it was exclusive to the cricket club, and they were all busy getting drunk all day. And part of the deal was, I mean, I think it cost me about 20 quid, and I had to donate a prize as well.
I was just about to say that.
I had to donate a prize. The whole of the cricket club were sort of getting drunk and enjoying their barbecue, while all us traders that were there were sat there doing nothing. So just again, a little bit like the other one, like do a bit of research. Sometimes if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But then I must admit, I've had some that I've literally paid £10 for a table and done really well at, but that's because I did my research before I went for it.
So when you're talking about, when we're thinking about how much something costs, for something to be profitable, the items that you take need to be at least 5 times the amount that it's cost you to go. So that's just not the table, that's the petrol, that's your day as well. Obviously we're having a nice day out. Your time. So if your table is £10, you need to have £50 worth of jewellery on there. That's just to break even, because you've got to replace what you've made. You know, if you're selling, say you're selling like £10 bracelets or something like that, for every bracelet that you make, say you've made a £10 bracelet, it's probably cost you £2-3 to make. You're going to have to replace that. So you've got to be able to make at least, have a stock to cover at least that. So if you're looking at £100, you need at least £500 worth of stock. So that's another thing to think of. And the last thing that I want to say as well is, for me, the ones where they get charged to enter are better than the ones that are free. So if you know that it's a ticketed event and they've sold 300 tickets, you know that 300 feet are walking through there. Now, obviously, the only person that wins in a craft fair, in my opinion, is the organizer, because they get all your money and they don't have to do anything. They just have to make sure that everything's fine. So just make sure that you have enough stock to cover it. Like Katie says, you're also sometimes asked to give a donate a prize. Well, if you've got a stall full of pearls and you've only got like your lowest thing is £50, it's like, ooh, what can I do? Prize. The big prize to give away. So just to have a think about that. I would much rather do one good fair than 5 little ones. But sometimes you have to do your time in craft fairs.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You have to keep going back. People have to recognise it. So when I first started doing badminton horse trials, I did that for 7 years. The first year, I think I broke even. The second year, I took a little bit more, and then people started to. I started to get following like returns. So so then that's good. So sometimes the first one you go, oh, I'm never doing that again. And then if you were to do it again, or if it's like a market, say, you know, a Christmas market. Some of these Christmas markets are. You can do like 2 days a week, can't you, or every so often. But do your, like Jem says, do your research in the company that's definitely the company doing it, because some of them are a bit dodge, but also ask about as well. And the other thing is, ask them how many other jewelry makers are there.
That's a huge thing. So.
How many times have you turned up to a craft fair and there's been jewelry this side of you and jewelry this side of you, and you're like, great. And they're taking, nothing against this, they're taking pre-made jewellery out of bags from the Far East and laying it down, and it's all sparkling, selling it for 3 times less than you are.
Yeah.
So
this is one of the reasons I stopped doing a large local craft fair whose name shall go unsaid, is because it was a handcrafted only fair, which for if you're making jewelry that takes 4 or 5 hours, or you're using high cost pieces like Fleur's pearls, or you're using sterling silver, or you're investing a lot of time into the weaves like Katie does, you cannot compete with the guy next to you who's got tats for 3 quid. So on that note, if you can't get a definitive answer about whether they're allowing buy to sell or whatever you want to call it, not handmade jewelry, if you can't get a definitive answer, what I used to do is take several bag options, and I would put my table out. I'd always have my beautiful things that I thought were beautiful anyway, handcrafted wire work. It was always front and center, and then I'd have some sterling silver rings. And then I'd have this space which mysteriously wouldn't get filled until the rest of the traders had put their stuff out. Because if he's got £2.50 knockoff Chinese imports, no offense, because I wear that sometimes and I will buy that sometimes. There's no denigration about what people are buying or selling. But if you are next to them and you are competing in the eyes of the average punter, you need to be super aware that you might have to suddenly find your super inexpensive chip bead stuff or your inexpensive stretches. Maybe you handmade them, maybe you didn't. If they're gemstones or they're pretty beads, always have a range of price points.
Your
always
prices.
things that you're super proud of, and always be prepared to talk about them.
So we've got a few little questions here. What kind of traffic should be considered a minimum?
Oh gosh,
it depends.
It would depend on the venue, wouldn't it? You know,
if
you don't.
If you're doing your village fete and you've got a small village, it's there may be.
Or if it's something at school, you're probably expecting traffic to be really busy for that hour after school, because a lot of them are straight after school. After that, then it is going to calm down a little bit, isn't it? So you know, things will change. What research do you do?
So again, I think this goes back.
Sorry, I've talked over you. I do apologise. All I was going to say is, if you have the chance, go. If you're thinking about selling,
if it's a regular
and you've not got your stock ready yet, that's great, because it means that you can go to these craft fairs. You can A, check out how many people are there. B, see if there is any advertising. Is it a signboard on the side of the road that gets knocked over day one and is wet and nobody notices it? Do they put it on all of your local Facebook groups? Because that is a treasure trove of information. Join them all. It's terrifying.
See how many people have liked those posts.
Life suck. But knowing what's out there, trialing it yourself, also seeing, without putting pound signs on things, but the affluence of the visitors to a certain location will certainly guide you in what to take for your stock. So if you're going to the badminton horse trials, you may have somebody with a slightly deeper pocket, perhaps, who is prepared to spend just a little bit more than £3.50 on the plastic Hello Kitty bracelet.
That's it. Heather's saying that she paid £160 for Saturday and Sunday store, took £180. Lots of ooze, and that's nice. Everyone the same. Other sellers selling all expensive sterling silver, so it's £5 and necklaces for £10. This is what you're always going to be up against, and it's the same as what on Etsy at the minute. You're always going to be against this. Always.
I can't even with that company.
It just it infuriates me that somebody devalues somebody else's work by just selling it for what, either like if they've bought it really cheap, or they've just gone, actually I've made too much, I just want the money back for the beads. That kind of, that's not really what we're talking about, because we can all do those kind of like jewel sales around someone's house. But I wouldn't be put off by that, Heather. Don't be put off by the fact that you took £180. Now, I'll tell you a really quick little story. I went to a working men's club. Well, it was a working men's club kind of thing in Kings Heath in Birmingham, right? And it was dire. Now it was a, they said it was a craft fair, but it turned out it was like a spiritual medium fair, and everybody had gone to go and see this one fella who was a medium. So everybody was there for him, and Max was a brand new baby, so it was 12 years ago, because he's 13 next week. He was brand new and he was 2 weeks old, and I still went, and I thought, do you know what, I'll just go. And by the end of the day, to say I'd lost my sense of humour was beyond. I had a woman selling stuff from China, and I had another woman who was selling knockoff designer goods, and then all these queues for these mediums, and I was livid, absolutely livid. And you two ladies know me, and you know that I have that resting bitch face, and I can't get rid of it. And when I'm that annoyed, it doesn't even just come to my face. My aura. My aura was just, get away from me. And this lovely lady walked past, and she went, "Oh, is that chainmail?" And I went, "Yep," like that, because I'd had it by then. Yep. She went, "Oh, right." She went, "Okay, just 1 second." She went and got her husband and come back. She went, look, it's chainmail. And he went, "Oh, yeah, it's really nice." She said, "Can I have a card?" And I went, "Yeah." And I literally just chucked it at her. And I packed my car up, and I had to go and sit in the car. I was the rudest that I've ever been to her. And she said, "Oh, can I email you later?" And I was like, "Yeah, if you want. Just leave me alone." And anyway, cut a long story short, got home. I was absolutely seething. The next morning, I had an email, and I was like, well, that's a bit strange. This email's a bit weird. And it was, "Oh, I saw you yesterday at the craft fair, and I liked your chainmail. We run a reenactment group, and we want to put an order in." And she put an order in for £2,000 worth of jewellery for a reenactment group. And that started me then on doing the reenactment groups. Yeah. And she got me into all the reenactment groups, and we're still friends now. She still says you were an absolute bitch to me when you met me. But the moral of the story is, you don't know. You've only taken £180, but you don't know where that leads. You don't know how many times your name gets out there.
And things. Yeah, so you don't know. Somebody will remember you at some point and think, "Oh, I'll get back to that lady." Yeah.
Brilliant, Lorraine. That's brilliant. Really good. I would say that organizer is bob on, because
I would definitely go down that route. Definitely.
Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. I think there's no fairs where no advertising been done. The organisers are exactly. It's
really nobody came. Why that is, I wonder.
Yeah, but they've got your money, so they don't care.
Yeah,
they don't care.
At the end of the day,
they have your money.
More than all the fees, are they? So they really don't care.
It was always, for me, a matter of policy that I would never pack up before the due time. It's considered quite bad manners.
It's quite rude, yes.
One time, and I'd booked 4 of these handmade only, high quality, very posh village on the edge of the Cotswolds kind of thing. Guaranteed it was only going to be handmade. It was very expensive. At the time, I was paying between £10 and £25. These were £40 a table, only for a 4-hour slot. And it was a ticketed entry. What she didn't say is it was tickets at the door, not pre-sales. So because the entry was £2.50 to go into a craft fair, and you could simply walk up and buy that if you fancied it, we had 12 people in 4 hours. 12 people. Wow. So I had then got these extra 3 bookings at this same place with very little in the way of advertising. She was raking it.
Yeah.
And I cannot even drive past that village now without seething with anger.
Too right.
I think craft fairs, you will, doesn't matter how much research you do, doesn't matter how careful you are, you will always do ones that are a bit naff. You always,
it's the look of the
you might always take something positive away from it. You might meet somebody at that place that then goes on to open more doors for you. So they although you do have to be very careful, don't let that put you off. Let the first one be sort of like, go for it and just see, but don't be put off by the more expensive ones either. If you've got the stock to warrant a more expensive one, then try those, because you never know where they're going to lead. And like who is it that said Lorraine, that they ask for pictures? That's amazing. Things like Arts in the Park, that kind of thing, are really, really good. So what do you take to a craft fair? You've booked your craft fair. What do you take?
So first one, you need to know how big sorry.
I'm sorry, no, after you, my love.
No, you need to know how big a space you've got before you even start thinking about what you're taking. Because sometimes you'll book a craft fair, and if you don't ask how much space you've got, you might take your whole setup and they give you a little square table. So or they say, oh no, you should have brought your own table. So you need to know all the ins and outs before. Do you need a table? Is it outdoors? Do you need a gazebo? Electrics, all these little things that you need to know before you decide how much can I take to this craft fair. Sorry, Jem, you going?
No, not at all, my lovely. Your table is an extension of your brand. So some places will provide you with a terrible tablecloth. Take your own and make it something that you are proud. When I started doing craft fairs, I had this beautiful piece of velvet with little black stars on it. It was the worst thing ever. It's beautiful fabric, but everything got lost on it. So take something that is not too dark, not too light. It needs to be the absolute Goldilocks of colours. If it has a pattern on it, maybe, that's great. If you have branding, make sure that you've got space to do it. As Katie was saying, sometimes you can be like shoveled into a tiny little 2 square thing, and you won't ever stand to make your money back.
Just a quick tip, just while I've remembered it. Always ask not to be in a corner, because if you get in a corner and you've got this, and then this stall gets really busy and you're here, nobody's seeing your stall. Never put baby in a corner.
Don't put baby in a corner.
Oh, sorry, go on. Yeah, go on, Jem.
I was just going to say, it's really important, even if you get to Fleur's state, to people. If you sit on your phone and do this, doesn't matter how beautiful your jewellery is, people are going to be put off by that, because there's another guy down there with beautiful jewellery. Maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just the guy with Chinese crap. I don't know. However, if you put yourself out there, now I was told from a very early stage in doing craft fairs not to sit at all. Well, the second year I was doing craft fairs, I ended up in a wheelchair for 6 weeks. So I did a craft fair in a wheelchair because I was bloody going. Sorry, YouTube. I was going. Like Fleur and a 2-week-old baby. I'd booked it. I was going. And it actually went really, really well. But that was understandable. But be mobile, be animated.
Be seen. Be seen. Even if you are in a wheelchair and you're behind, make sure there's that gap that you can be seen, because people will remember you as well as your jewelry. One of my tips is always wear something that's memorable as well. Because they'll be, oh, what was that stall called? Oh, it was the lady with the yellow top on. And they will, because a lot of people have a look round first and they'll go, oh, come back, because I can't find you. So
it's the lady with the gold lame bikini and the feather boa on her head.
That's 100%. But the one thing that I would say as well is, even before you get to the craft fair, set your table up at home. Take a photo of it. Take a photo of what you're happy with. Now, the few things that I would say is, never have a busy table. Never, ever, ever.
Because don't overfill it.
If you give somebody too much choice, they're walking away because they can't cope with the amount of choice. Have everything priced up as well before you go, and not those silly little tabs.
No, you want a price that people can see without actually touching it.
That's it. But set it up, and there's one thing about selling anything: eyeline is byline. Okay, if they're down there, then nobody's buying. You need people. Just imagine you're at a football stadium and you're 3 deep, and your potential customer, your best customer, is 4 out. they need to be able to see what you're selling. So your name needs to be higher so they can find you again, if you can put some up. And also that you have things at different heights. Don't forget, if you've got a 6 foot table, you've got a 6 foot table. If you've got 6 foot table with shelves or ladders, and they could be the cheapest things that you can make, crates, boxes, whatever.
Get some boxes, put your tablecloth over it. Create some height.
Got space, because they're selling you the space that they're not telling you that you can't go up. Okay, so eye line is byline, so get those things up high so people can see it even when they're just walking past. And you need that hero piece, and you'll be absolutely devastated when something like that, they can see all.
So it's a visual, it gives you like a cascade of jewelry and things, so it gives you that visual sort of, oh, what's that? I wonder what that is. It's, things like that.
I always used to say I would have probably between about 20 sets of jewelry, so like a necklace, bracelet and earrings of the same chainmail weave or something like that. I would have 20 sets, but I'd only put out 10 of them. And then if people if they bought, then I'd put a different set out. And the best thing is saying that's the only one. I've only got that one. Because they go, and you know what you're like, when it's like,
I might not have time to walk around.
I'm having it now if that's the only one you've got. Just remember that you just to set your stall up before you go, and then take a photo, because panic sets in as soon as you set foot into that building, and you've got your little trundle trolley of your jewelry and your tablecloth, and you go, I can't remember what to do, and then you start looking at everybody else's things. You're like,
don't start looking, don't start comparing.
Just
you're already
put your blinkers on.
What you're doing.
Put it up.
And don't overfill it.
Don't overfill. I have the stock, however, for the booth it's harder to come by. That's why not try and do jewelry sales around someone's house? You've got a captive audience then.
Jewelry parties,
a little bit a bit like a Tupperware, I don't know, in America you've had Tupperware things like that, but home sales, house sales,
coffee mornings and things like that. Coffee mornings, see if you can go and take a small selection. Just say, can I just set up a little stall at the side there, and if it's for charity you can donate something or something like that, but just get yourself seen.
So Sandy, the main thing about what you need to take is you need to take obviously your jewelry and your display items, but other things to take is things that people sometimes forget is a soft measuring tape and a mirror. People
is so important.
To see. I wouldn't put the mirror. I always have a mirror that's handheld, because people take children to craft fairs and they bump the table. If it falls over, then that's your insurance. Gone. Don't forget your insurance. So I always have a handheld mirror, because then I can then get into a conversation with that person, because I'm holding the mirror for them. Oh, that looks lovely for you, or you hold the mirror. It's little things like that that really give that little personal touch. And the other thing that I would say, what Jem was saying about somebody said, oh, you shouldn't sit down. I used to sit down quite a lot, but I wouldn't try and speak to people all the time. If people fall into two categories, they're either very, very interested and they go, oh, look at that, and then they ask you. If you go, hi, how are you? I make it all. It's all made by hand, and it's taking me edge of it. And that one there, that's amethyst, and that one. They're like, oh, I can't cope with you. I'm off. And they walk away.
Thanks.
Frighten them. I always say, hi, feel free to try anything on, or hi, feel free to ask me any questions, and I make. And I don't have to have the whole, it's handmade. And the other thing is, this is just it's on my brain because menopause. If somebody is trying something on, I always say, oh, please forgive my hands. Jewelry making's not kind on your hands. Then you don't have to go down the whole I make.
No, that's a good one.
It's a real quick, don't let anybody try your earrings on. Right, I'll shut up now for a bit.
Lorraine, popsy dresses and snag tights. Yes, you will be remembered. I love my popsy dresses. And snag tights are the best tights ever. popsy dresses. What's what?
What's a popsy dress?
You know the dresses that I normally wear with all the like crazy patterns on and things like that.
They're really fabulous.
Yeah,
I'll have to have a look later.
They are always memorable.
So yeah, I mean, taking things to take nowadays. I don't think people take cash anywhere, do they?
No. You need card readers, things like that. Yeah.
Or even just an app on your phone. PayPal here is on your phone.
Yeah, you can get the QR codes to use and everything.
You don't have to invest in a card reader. There's 2 or 3 card reader manufacturers that just in the last year have launched why would you spend £40 on a thing when you've got was it NTFC or something? I don't know.
Something like that.
Some bunch of letters that means you can tap to pay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but make sure you've got Wi-Fi when you're there.
Make sure you've got Wi-Fi.
That's a good question.
You're going to use your data
right at the beginning before you make your booking. Is there Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
And if you do require electricity, do negotiate with your stall provider to make sure that you're near a point, because you don't want somebody legging up, tripping over trailing wires or anything.
No. And if you are taking things like lights, I always try and get battery lights, because it has to be pat tested. And if you can be self-sufficient without buying electricity, if they charge you for electricity, and I did what's it, Country Life, the magazine, the big glossy magazine up at Harrogate. I did it at Harrogate, and they charged me £700 for electricity. And it was
doing.
Plug socket.
I hope you had like football floodlights and everything.
I wasn't allowed. They even said how many lights I could plug into there. So I had to plug my iPad in, and I had to plug in, but I had to have it because the lighting was horrific. So just check. So if you can be self-sufficient with things like battery chargers or plug it in like battery lights, then please do. And don't over flood your jewellery with light as well, especially if it's sterling silver, because it looks a little bit
trashy.
Yeah, and it blinds people. It blinds people as well. What we're saying here? Insurance included. I need to provide that also. Yeah, you'll need to do.
Yeah, you'll need your own insurance.
In America, do you have public liability in America?
I'm not sure about America.
No. Quick ChatGPT or Google should answer that question for you. But in Britain, we're required by law to provide a bare minimum of a £5 million public liability. This is in case some little turnip trips over and smashes your mirror, falls over your tablecloth. On the subject of tablecloth, real quick, take little clips. These little clips, just like bulldog clips, they don't have to be expensive, because you can wrap that tablecloth around the legs of the table and get everything out of the trip zone.
Yeah, those ones, those are brilliant.
I've got a bag of those things.
I think they were like four for £1. These are from Wilko's. Yeah, but anything like that.
Because it's hidden. And also, if you make that little safe cave under your table, that's where your stock bag goes. And you want to be able to know that your stock is safe, because with the best will in the world, even in a very posh little village hall, there might be some people with little sticky fingers. So being able to relax, knowing that everything is safely just hidden away is key to you having a better day. And the reason I'm saying this, you would not believe how thirsty you get if you spend 6 hours talking. So
stay hydrated.
Take snacks. If you have special dietary requirements of any kind, allergies, or you're vegan or whatever, take your own food, because 99% of the time all you're going to get is a slop cup of coffee.
Well, it's not only that though, Jem, but it eats into your profit. So if you're up and you're like, my table's cost £20, I've taken £200. If you take £10 off for your lunch, you've made £190. And then you like that bar of soap from the stall next door. She didn't like these earrings, so you had to buy it. That was £10. And then very soon you've had a lovely day out. You're down stock.
You've been shopping. You've got more stuff than what you came with.
Exactly. And you've made everybody else happy. Alison was saying that phone-to-phone transactions can be a problem if you're out with no Wi-Fi. So if you can have a terminal, it's a bonus, as well as people still being a bit suspicious of tapping their phone. You have to. There's always going to be the ones that say, I haven't got any cash and I don't want to pay on card, that's fine. But you can still do like a PayPal invoice. So you can still email them an invoice. If you have all preloaded before you go, then that's good. Other things to take are, you do need your insurance documents with you as well.
If you're selling sterling silver or your precious metals, you need to take
your dealer's
notice. Your dealer's notice. Also, just a few comments up. I think it was Sandy. She said about things to bring to a fair booklet. Maybe we could do a post this week on iSocial with a nice list of everything that we've considered tonight.
Good idea.
Did you say you make while you're at the craft? I do, but I always have I used to have my mum with me or Mark with me.
So that you've got another pair of eyes.
So I cannot sell my jewelry, and I'll be the first one to admit it. I cannot sell it because I get embarrassed that somebody likes what I've made. Okay. Mark and my mum, literally, because it's not that they don't have that emotional attachment to that piece of jewelry.
I can understand.
So they can sell everything. They're like, oh yeah, my daughter made it. Oh, my wife makes it. Oh yeah, she's so good. And I'm like that, just cringing in the background, thinking, I just want the world just to stop. I don't like this. I want to go home, have it for free. I'm off. And so I always make, because it then stops me watching people as they're going by.
Like, you get a bit Hawkeye, don't you?
And you get to know the kind of people. I mean, I do for my customers. I know my people, and Mark and my mum, I've taught them who my people are that buy my jewelry. And it's really strange. I know if they've not got the uniform on, so at a big horse event, if they've got the Fairfax and Favour boots, the white jeans, the tweed jacket and the Fairfax bag, they ain't buying my stuff, because there's a stand down the road called Hi Ho Silver that all the young influencers want to wear, and it's like Pandora. They're not buying it. The ladies that look completely unique with maybe not maybe a big designer handbag or something like that, I know that they're looking for something that is completely different. Now, I never judge a book by its cover. I had a lady who ran past my stand, and she had on a pair of running shorts and trainers, and I didn't know it. I just thought she was a groom. I thought she was a groom, and I wasn't casting aspersions, but I just thought, she was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I had one big hero piece, which was a great big collar of chainmail, and I'll put the picture up for you, and it was £650. And she went, oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Can I try it on? I went, yeah, no problem. Because while people are trying your jewelry on, you get a little crowd around you. So she's trying it on. She's like, oh my God, look at the state of me. I'm so sorry. I was like, don't worry, it's fine. And then she went, oh, does it come with a bracelet? I went, well, there is a bracelet and there's some earrings. She went, yeah, does it come in a box? I went, yeah, it's only £1,000 worth of jewelry. Yeah, it comes in a box. She went, all right, do you take card? I went, yeah. She went, oh, brilliant, because I'm going on a cruise next week and I've been looking for something like this. That's amazing. And I was like, wow. I literally could have just looked her up and down and gone, you can't afford my stuff. And but you don't, because you never. She was an owner of a horse. She was a very wealthy lady, and she brought me a bottle of champagne later and went, I'm so happy that I found you. And she still buys jewelry from me to this day.
That's so lovely.
So nice. Never judge. Don't think, oh, you can't afford it, because you never know. You never know. Let's have a look. When I had my pet shop, I was required to carry 5 million in insurance. Same sort of thing. With your So never judge a book by its cover. It's a very strange thing to want to sell your own jewelry. I find it. I could sell Katie and Jem's jewelry all day, every day, and it'd be like,
that'd be great. Thanks.
Thanks, Fleur.
But as soon as someone said to me, I'd be like, no. Or workshops or kits, I'd be like, Katie and Jem's kits are better than mine. Go for them. don't buy mine. So taking things, have a little. One thing that Jem's just said as well about taking food and drink, get a mate. If you're going by yourself, make friends with somebody, because it's moral support. And if you need a wee, Yeah, all your water.
You're going to need to go somewhere.
Really important to be healthy whilst you're doing this. There's no point killing yourself for what could be 15 quid. At the end of the day, many of us who've done craft fairs have come away on occasion, and after everything's been taken into account. I did a fair, just as an aside, and it was at a military installation, and I sold one £4.50 pair of earrings. The table had cost me 20 quid, and I was there for 6 hours. However, I won a telly.
Oh,
so there you go.
You know,
that's
the
it.
gods of jewelry give, the gods of jewelry take.
Yes.
So it doesn't. We've all had really, really rubbish fairs. We really, really have. And going back to what Fleur said just a second ago, if you can have somebody come along, even if it's just for the middle hour, to support you, to cheer you on from the sidelines, to make sure you can stay hydrated and healthy. But also, it is that aspect of, if you're not so great at selling, having a different face at the table can really put a punch in your day. So
invite your friends and your family, because that, like you've just said, they'll come and big up your jewellery. They'll come and talk. So they'll be like, she makes this herself, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know,
and they're so proud
as
of
many
you.
people as you know, advertise it on your own social pages. Don't just rely on other people to advertise for you.
100%.
The other little question that I've seen a few times in this last few weeks is, would you sell a piece of jewellery off your neck?
Yeah, 100%. Any takers? It's made out of stuff.
Yes, 100%. Yes. When I go to a craft fair, I'll be wearing my own. Obviously, I wouldn't sell earrings out of my ears. That's not hygienic. But the bracelet off my wrist, the necklace off my neck, yes, 100%.
Yes, definitely. I don't see anything wrong with it.
No, you're there to advertise your jewellery, whether it's on a display bust or whether it's round your neck. You know, it's you're selling. Not selling yourself, but you're selling your brand, aren't you? And if it looks good on you, and somebody thinks, "Oh, that might look good on me," that's all the best.
And you know what? If you go to Marks and Spencer's and you try on a pair of shoes, you're not the first person to stick your feet in them shoes.
No,
I don't.
Very true.
Size 5. There's a lot of people that stuck. So yeah, don't. I would always, I would. Little things as well is little freebies. You know, if somebody's bought a lot off of you or bought bracelets and you've got a little pair of earrings, I always think giving that little bit extra to somebody and say, oh, I'll just pop these earrings in as well for you, and that's made their day. They will tell somebody else. Now, unfortunately, the way that it works with psychology is, if you have a bad experience, you tell 7 people. If you have a good experience, you tell 1. That's how it is. So if you have a bad experience at Tesco's, you tell 7 people, I am never going to Tesco's again. You should see what they put in my substitution. If one person in Tesco says, oh, thank you very much, you know, that they've helped pack you back or something,
that was really
you'll tell one person, you say, oh, they were really nice there. Probably your other half, or maybe a friend, or maybe a family member. Oh, that lady was really nice. That gentleman was really nice. You don't tell 7 people. You only tell 1. So however many times you can give them out.
A good experience.
If you've got branded bags, and that can be a paper bag with a stamp on it. Now, I've done this loads of times. I've seen people walk around with their stuff in their arms. I've gone, do you want a bag? And they'll go, oh, you haven't got one, have you? I'm like, yeah. What they're doing, they're walking around,
they're advertising for you
with your bag for note. So even if you haven't got a bag and you've stapled your business card to the front, get them walking around with it. Just say, oh, gosh, you look like you've got your hands full there. Do you want a bag? Oh, I'd love a bag. How much is it? It's for free.
It's for free.
You can have 2 if you want.
It's not like that.
And little pieces don't even have to be jewellery related. You can have little crystals and things. I found that was quite a nice way to get people talking. And I would always have crystals, tumblestones, points and things on my table available for sale as well.
And little things that children can sort of like. I don't like the sweets on tables. I don't like that.
No, and don't market anything directly at children. But
kids
like things that sparkle, different colours.
Yeah, but if you've got a jar of tumblestones or something like that, you know, that's a really nice thing for people to go. And while there's all that, if they're not, as long as they're not sort of like crowding your place by looking through a whole load of £2.50 bracelets.
Yeah.
As long as, if you've got somebody at your stall, somebody will always go to your stall.
Yes.
If there's nobody at your stall, you won't get. Now the other thing,
people will walk past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are at a stand, you've gone to a place and you're starting to set up, and you've noticed that the person with the biggest mouth in the world is bang opposite you, and they're selling graters and knives that never go dull, and all them, you know the ones that
with the little mic.
That's the ones. Get your backside moved as fast as you can, because they create a blockage in the aisle. Yeah. Nobody's coming down. Nobody's going to see you, because they're all going over to Mr. Loudmouth over there, who's flogging them a knife that you can hit with an hammer. You don't want that. Get them to move. And don't be afraid to say, I don't like where I am. I want to be moved.
Definitely.
Don't be afraid to say that. You know, you've paid good money to be there. You've paid the same amount as everybody else. And going on that as well, if you've got your stock ready and you think it's £200 and I don't want to pay £200 and it's a week before you can go, phone them up and just say, I've noticed you've got a space, but I haven't got £200, and you will be amazed. They'll go, you can have £100, or you can have £50 if it's £100. Yeah. They generally be cheeky, ask.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
Because you never know. They're better off filling a space than having a gap.
Yes, absolutely, definitely.
Right. That's it. Every time anywhere jewelry I've made, marketing exactly, Sandy. And if you're quite a shy person, give it to your friend who's very gregarious. I think somebody else was saying that before. Yeah, Sandra. Give it to them, because they will tell loads of people. Yeah, loads of people. But yeah, little things like over at Christmas time, over in the UK, we have a lot of like some of the big companies will open up their foyers and have little craft stands. I mean, I used to go to, Mark used to work at Peugeot, so I used to go to head office at Peugeot, but I've been to like the NHS, I've been to some hospitals, that kind of thing. Yeah, just for 2 hours, and just try a 2-hour one.
Just try,
Can
I did it at the dentist once. It was the best experience I've ever had at a dentist. I made some little mince pies and took them with me. And this lady came in and she bought a very expensive necklace. She paid for it with a £50 note. I was like, oh, no, I can't turn this down. She turned it as a tip. Somebody had tipped her 50 quid, so she thought she would treat herself. And so it rolled down to me, which was lovely.
Paying it forwards,
Best experience at a dentist ever. I am petrified of those.
I've got a dentist next week. I wonder if I could do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the thing with I think what we're all trying to say is, don't be put off by other people's horror stories.
Yeah.
Give them a go, because other than like getting an expensive website or going on to the dreaded Etsy or whichever one you're going for, they're all going to take your money. And if you added up how many pieces of jewelry you sell on Etsy and how much fees you've taken, I bet you'd be surprised. You could have done quite a half decent craft fair, you know, with what it's cost. So don't be afraid of it, and just have a little practice. Maybe set up and take people with you, because I do think that is the key. You know, like Jem was saying, you know, somebody just to nip and get something, because it's always the way you've forgotten something. It's in the car.
Left something in the car. Yeah.
And what I always do as well, just take a mental image of where everything is on your table, because I don't want to cast aspersions, but sometimes people go to craft fairs not to buy anything. They like the old freebie when it's not a freebie.
A 5-finger discount.
That's the one. And then also as well, most craft fairs, if they're a good craft fair and they've got a tannoy system, they will have a code word for something. So we in the rural craft, we used to have, can Rosie come to it was always Nigel's stand. Can Rosie come to Nigel's stand? And I can't remember what they called. They were an artist, but that was Rosie Lee through a tea leaf.
Yeah.
So if you heard that over the tannoy, all we used to do is everybody used to come out from behind the stand and walk to the side of their stand.
Yeah.
Really quickly about stands. If you have the option of having a front-facing stand or a U stand, always go with the front-facing stand, because when people go into that U, they can't get out, and you can't see what people are doing. So
plus also sort of facing up for one person, whereas if you've got a flat 6 foot, you have much better chance of having multiple people. And like Katie was saying earlier, multiple people draws more people.
Yeah, definitely.
And even if you can't have somebody come and be with you the whole time, or even if they're not prepared to look after your stall, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, get it onto social media, pop and visit me. Because the more people there are coming to see you and chat with you, the more interest there will be in you as a vendor.
Yes. That's and if you bring people in, and don't be afraid to say, if they've got space, oh my God, you're going to think really badly of me now. I used to play the I'm on TV card quite a lot. I'm on TV and I've got quite a big following, and if I tell them you're going to potentially get another 100 people rocking up to your craft fair, they were paying me to get there. And I have done it a couple of times, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm ashamed to sell my own jewellery. I'm not ashamed to say.
Do you know who I am?
And I used to have some of my big. You ladies will remember my big chainmail pieces, the big like dress
the bridal collar.
So I used to have them on the outside, and I did used to have, as seen on TV, because my jewellery has been on TV, not with me making it, but my jewellery's been on TV, so I weren't lying.
Yeah.
on either way, but have that kind of. If it just says handcrafted by me, everybody else is saying that. Think of something that you can put on there, which makes it unique. If you personalise jewellery, if you can stamp, or you can have letters, the lovely letter beads. You can personalise something. If you can say, if it doesn't fit you now, I can make it fit you. From a minute.
Extend the chains, and also spare earring findings in different colours. So I used to find that I had this one little old lady who came about 4 years on the trot. She'd always want earrings. She didn't have pierced ears. So I went out of my way to buy silver and silver plated clip-on earring findings. And I used to take my pliers, and I used to take my jump rings, and I would just, whatever you want,
swap it.
If it can be hung on a clip, I'll put it on a clip for you, no charge. Because it was a sale. And let's be honest, the non-sterling silver ones, they weren't that expensive. And if it was a difference between selling an £18 pair of earrings and putting an extra £1 towards the clips and not getting paid for it, I'll take that sale.
The same like Fleur, you've said before with clasps, haven't you? Always attach them with a jump ring, so that if somebody's, I love this, but I don't like that sort of type of clasp, you can just quickly swap it over.
And the other thing as well is never get into a discussion about what you've priced it at. Ever justify your price to anybody. That is your price, nobody else's business. And some people will go, Marge, have you seen this? I can make that. I'll go, oh yeah, brilliant. Or one of the ones that I really love, and I have the same answer all the time, is you can get that cheaper in Claire's Accessories. And I go, yeah, you probably can, but just be careful, because the silver paint's still a bit wet. It might go on your hands. And they soon go, and I don't care, because they're not my people. They're not my customers.
No.
Don't be afraid to sort of like, if they go, you can get it cheaper in Claire's Accessories, just go, probably, I will
never ever forget when I first started properly wire wrapping in about 2014. I had made this piece of jewellery. I'd put it on my Facebook personal profile. My friend had shared it, and she said, look at this. My friend's just done this. Isn't it brilliant? One of her friends turned around and said, I could go to the yard, get a pebble, and wrap some old electrical cable round it. Why is she charging £50 for this? And it made me just go into a little shell for weeks and weeks on end, and it haunts me now. And I know that that person has got no experience whatsoever of making jewelry. And I know that there are things that I'm good at that other people aren't good at. And I know that there are things that other people can do that I can't do. I mean, I'm quite thick, really. So there's lots of things that I can't do. But that was one thing that I was really proud of. And it crushed me. Be prepared for people to say, that's too expensive. What they actually mean to say is, that's too expensive for me right now. That's too expensive for my budget for this week. They're lashing out because they're not able to get the thing that actually they probably would really like to have.
Definitely.
So don't take it to heart. Please don't take it to heart.
Give them a business card. Just give them a business card and say, well, it's always here if you want it, or I can make one specially for you. If ever you want to, spoil yourself or something like that. I mean, it's like what I always say, like with the subscription, I've got two different versions of it, a digital and a box, £15 a month or £37.50 a month. Some people, it's a struggle to get the £37.50, but they want the £15. There's budgets for everybody. And it's the same if you have at your table. I would sell necklaces for £600, but I'd always have a £20 sterling silver stretchy bracelet. And they would go, and, I would sell those over and over and over again. Now, but I never, ever justified the price of what something costs. If someone said, oh, it's not gold or something like that, I would never say, but silver's this and this and that. Just that's your price. And we can talk about price. Next time or whenever later we can talk about how you price things, because that's a whole different thing.
We'll go down that route next time.
Fleur,
question.
Can I solder titanium posts onto sterling silver studs? Well, I've never soldered titanium. It takes a lot of heat and it would discolor it and you wouldn't be able to get it back shiny. Titanium would. I don't know is the honest answer, Heather. I've added titanium hooks through a jump ring, but I've never soldered a titanium post onto sterling silver. My thought would be that it wouldn't work.
You'd probably melt the silver before you got the titanium to flow point. But Fleur's the expert, not me. Oh, I just poked you in the armpit, sorry.
I'm still trying to find by creativity. Oh, you've got lots of creativity, Sandy. Honest, everybody is a designer. Everybody is a designer.
Everybody.
Never, ever, ever. And if what you're selling isn't for everybody, it doesn't matter. Don't forget, there is people that sell pendants of female body parts. And they have their own market. And there's people that go back to them time and time and time again. There's always a space for you in any whatever you're selling. If you're just selling earrings, then you're going to get 20% of people that go, oh, I've not got my ears pierced. But then, like Jem says, you can do that. Never think, oh, I'm not. This isn't good enough to go. What I would always say is, when you buy clothes, the first thing you check, if you buy a jacket, is you check that the zip does. People want to know that it's well made rather than the design of it. Yeah. That's all that I think that you should be thinking about. If it's as made to the best, if you're a wire work piece, is it got a scratchy bit of wire that when you put on, you're like, oh, that's horrible? Or is it completely smooth and really lovely to wear? It's not going to be the design for everybody, because it's not everybody likes everybody else's things, and that's absolutely fine. But it's if it's well made, and that's what I think everybody needs to focus on. If there's like a bit of wire sticking out, or you haven't put a crimp cover over the top or something like that, that's what stops somebody buying a piece of, for me anyway, that's what I would do. You go to Primark, you check the zip on something, don't you? You don't think, oh well, but it's only a couple of quid, so it doesn't matter if it breaks. It's still a couple of pounds. It still doesn't want to break. The zip still needs to work. So I always say, everybody's creative, and there's a space in the market for everybody. Just make sure that everything's really well made.
And be completely transparent and honest about what you're selling. So don't go and say, oh, this is natural Blue John fluorite from Derbyshire when actually it's just some irradiated glass from wherever. So just be completely honest, and then it won't come and bite you in the bottom later.
That's it. Yeah, always know your stuff. And it's really nice to say, you know, oh, that's, I handpicked, and I always say this, I handpicked that bead in that piece, because you did. You literally
picked it up.
You picked it up and you put it on that stretchy bracelet. So you hand chose those beads to go on there. And whether you did it consciously or subconsciously, you still did it, and it's still a selling point. So always make sure you do that. Do you ever put cloth or rug on the floor of the tent? For me, yes, but public, no. My personal thing, I don't put, because it's a trip hazard. I don't mind falling over and knocking the whole stand over. But for me, no. But yes, when you're stood there all day, if you're on a cold surface, it really gets in your joints, doesn't it?
Footwear is really important.
Ooh,
if you
do not go in heels.
Up and talking to people, don't wear 6-inch stilettos, and unless obviously you're used to that and you can comfortably wander around in 6-inch stilettos. I used to wear them. I can't anymore. I'm there in my little trainers and my long trousers, hiding my trainers. So comfy footwear. If you are doing a fair that's outside, consider taking your own kind of seat, because having a little tripod stool or something may be more comfortable than the terrible plastic chair from the village hall, which will go sideways in the mud, is basically what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, we have. Like this.
Literally.
It's so uncomfortable, and now my back hurts forever.
Lorraine says, I'm thinking of making a short video of me making something like a mala or a chainmail piece to show how much work goes into them, and have it playing on the tablet. I used to do that. That's why I've got a stand, and I used to have it in the middle and just like a rolling thing.
Just on a loop.
Make sure that you have power.
Yes, and it does eat your battery really fast. There used to be a really lovely lady called Nikki, and her name is Gemmus, and she made the crowns for Wolf Hall, the BBC drama on BBC Two, and she's very famous, but she takes her whole bench and solders while she's there. And she gets a real good crowd of people watching. And she sells, but I mean, her stuff's quite expensive. She needs to sell a couple of pieces to sort of like make it work. But that's a big setup. You do need a couple of people. Whatever you take there, don't forget you may have to carry it across a car park, maybe across a field. You know, if you're going to a festival or something.
Upstairs, downstairs. Just be
aware. Just sort of like it's like taking a newborn baby out for the first time. You take everything bar the kitchen sink. You even take the baby bath with you. And then you soon realise that all this stuff you don't need. So what I say is make a list, and then, like I say, we'll do a little thing and we'll put a post up later on in the week of what we take, things like the mirror, that kind of thing. And what have you.
And then if anybody else wants to add their tips and things underneath that,
we can have like a little evolving document that we can do.
Definitely.
Files as well. But it's very good to have things like that so people can see that you've handmade it. But I don't want to put anybody off. I want everybody to have a go at one, but I know that there is horror stories out there. You've either had horror stories but don't be put off. Just give it a go, and
try and enjoy it. Try not to get too sort of up about it. Just try and relax, enjoy it. If things don't go right on the day, just think, I'm just out here to meet lots of new people, hand my cards out. Enjoy yourself.
And if someone says, oh, I love that, but I can't afford it, the other thing you can say is, I can teach you how to make it.
True.
I can show you how to make it, and then you can make one. Or if you've got somebody that you want to do skill swaps with or product swaps, that was me. But they are a great way of finding like-minded crafty people. And that one person that buys your piece of jewelry and treasures it forever, like it is a De Beers diamond ring, it makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
It's Lorraine just said it's
all a learning.
It certainly is. It's all learning experience.
And even when you've been doing it, so 5, 6, 7 years, it's still a learning experience, because there'll still be different things that occur and you've got to deal with, or and you just get on with it and you just relax. Definitely. I used to get myself so anxious the morning or the night before. Have I got everything? Just relax. Just chill. If you've forgotten something, you've forgotten it. Don't worry about it.
As long as it's
just
not
remember you and your jewellery.
Those foldable trolleys are really, really good, by the way.
Yes.
And having something that can traverse a very wonky car park is smart. So I used to take a little silver hostess trolley with me. Teeny tiny wheels. It looked beautiful. And it folded out all elaborately. And there was all my stuff that I could make while I was there. Looked amazing. Oh, so horrible on car parks.
Yeah.
Everything would be broken by the time you'd get there. So, a nice folding trolley with big buggy wheels.
Yep. Perfect.
Sometimes Aldi have them on the middle aisles.
Yeah, they do.
Where I got mine from. From Aldi. About 30 quid, I think mine was. It's been going for years. It's brilliant. But just enjoy them, and it's just a way of getting your name out there. You never know. You never know where the lady who makes those oh my god, what they're called? Lily Rose jewelry. Is it Lily Rose jewelry?
Lola
Rose. Lola Rose jewelry.
Oh yeah.
She. Oh, Jem, you've gone really dark.
Oh yeah. Where did you go?
She did a craft fair. Is it Nikki Gerwitz? She did a craft fair and then went to John Lewis and said, "Look what I can make," or House of Fraser, whichever one it was. And they went, "Yeah, we'll have 2,000 of them or whatever." And she had to get the mates round.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know
what's around the corner. No.
Yeah. So go enjoy them and have fun and meet new people. Right,
girls, are we gonna flash our coins?
Flash our coins?
I beg your pardon, milady.
I'd be wearing my
coins. Get our coins out. Our little gemstone coins, or big gemstone coins. So no demo tonight, but I think we've all got techniques and things on our YouTube channels, and if not, they will be there in a few days.
Yeah.
So, there she is.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll press the right button.
Shall I show mine first?
Yeah.
So these are little coins, and the entirety of these earrings are made with these tiny 4mm coins and head pins. Everything is a head pin. The frame, the little flat pieces at the end, I've hammered the ends of the head pins to look like little coins as well. And then the actual ear wires are head pins too. So excellent. I'm going to film that little video at some point over the next few days and pop that onto my YouTube. And literally it's just made head pins and tiny coins. But you don't have to use coins. You can use any gemstone in there too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I did one yesterday on my YouTube channel, which was I've got the smaller one on, because obviously wear your jewellery. And then that's the big one. So it's a massive polka dot pendant using coin beads. These are 17mm, black agate, white howlite, and then there's a slightly larger agate in the middle. So there's a bunch of processes. On the back, you have got like an eyelid design, stops the coins from spinning. And then you've got my rings of Galatea technique around the edges. So that is all available on my YouTube channel. It launched yesterday. And as ever, it's completely free to watch. This is the slightly smaller version, which is I'm a little bit more comfortable with, because look at the size of that. Look at it.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
I definitely wear that. And
so
then
that's what I did with my coins. Let's have a look at Fleur's.
So mine is the shaggy loops. So the video's already on my YouTube channel. And they again are 4mm, but it works with anything. And they're just jump rings and head pins.
Gorgeous.
They
I
are
love how they
gorgeous.
hang.
They are.
You make a bracelet as well with it as well.
Yeah. I just put my other camera on because Hazel said, "Can we see them closer?" And I didn't know who she was talking about, so I just popped them a little bit closer. Which way? That way. There we go. So I will pop a picture on my social as well.
You can see that from space.
Have you got anything that you want to challenge us with? If it's a a gemstone shape, maybe a colour palette or something like that, let us know on iSocial over on Facebook. Let us know what you want us to be challenged with for next month. So the next month's one will be
the date.
It will be on the Monday, the 29th of September, if that's okay with everybody.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's good with me. So, and
get into my diary.
Yeah, so we'll continue maybe talking a little bit about the pricing part of jewellery a little bit next time. And like Fleur said, let us know what you want to do. We may even do something a little bit Halloween-y, sort of thinking it's a good month before Halloween, and you might want to get making for Halloween. So maybe
if you do want to start making for Halloween, I've got a pumpkin tutorial, chainmail pumpkin tutorial.
You have. Actually, I found these out the other day. I've got if you like your CDBDs, I have got these on my channel.
Oh, that's adorable.
Little pumpkin.
Oh, look at that. Pumpkins and ghosties.
Pumpkin as well.
Fabulous.
These are brooches.
Oh,
gorgeous.
So those are already on my channel, but we will do more.
So, Jem, you had a Halloween one last year.
I've got bats. I've got cats.
I was going to say bats.
I've got witches' brooms.
The witch's broom. That's it, the witch's broom.
Yeah.
And a witch's hat as well. It's all curly. I love that one. And there's also a pumpkin over the face of a cabochon. So there's a whole playlist now. In terms of what we're all doing, I'm going to go first because I've already got my mouth open. Next Monday, I think it's actually the 1st of September, but I can't see my diary.
Yes.
It's my live over on Facey, 7 o'clock at Jem Hawkes Jewellery on Facebook with loads of stuff to bring you. And I've got just some of the most gorgeous citrine mini points at ridiculous prices. I don't really like to do too much of the self-promotion, but that's next week. So join me if you can. And if you want to learn how to make the giant or the slightly more diminutive coin pendant, that's here on YouTube already.
Brilliant. Katie, what have you got going on? Shall I go next? Yeah.
Go on, then, you're gonna.
I've got my usual workshops coming up in September. I've got this one, which is a 4 seasons hanging tree of life. I know it's not jewellery, but it's to hang in your garden.
Lovely.
So you've got a tree of life with all 4 seasons on. That's coming up. I've got a ring, little mini kind of course. So that's one of the rings from there. And then at the end of the month, which I think it's the 26th, it's the last Friday of the month, and then I'm going to continue to do this. I'm doing a mystery workshop.
Ooh.
So it is the price. It's slightly cheaper than my mini workshops. I don't want to talk too much about price, but you will get a list of what you need, which will all be general stash stuff 7 days before, but you won't know what you're making until the day. And it's suitable for all levels. So whether you're a beginner, they'll all be wire work based. You'll just need your basic tools. If there's anything else, it'll be just something you can find around the house, like mandrels. But yes, it's gonna. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I've got what have I got coming up? I've got the next Relax and Craft box coming out on the 10th of September with Spoilt Rotten Beads, so that's in conjunction with them. And then in October I've got a wonderful lady called Jem Hawkes doing a box for me, and all the things have been sent to you, Jem, yesterday. So you will get them in the next couple of days. So yeah, I've just got my Relax and Craft. I want to show my new journal that I made, so I will be doing workshops on how to make journals, and I did a little hand stamped and riveted. So that's riveted on the back there. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a workshop on this as well. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up. I've just, like I say, I am now in full swing for the September Relax and Craft subscription box.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Excellent.
Yay.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, girls, for hanging out tonight.
Yes, thank you.
All just coming together, and I hope that you guys have all enjoyed hanging with us also here at the social live for are we in August?
August,
one more thing really quickly, if you're only following one of us, can you give us all a follow?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, if you could, like, if you're watching on Jem's YouTube, could you give Katie and me a follow? And if you're watching from my YouTube, and you're not following Katie and Jem, and vice versa, and everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Right. See you all later. I'll see you at the end of next month. Take care.